everyone, welcome back to the Sacred Space. My name is Galu and I'm also known as the Scribe Priestess. And on this channel, I make videos about spiritual practices, our spiritual development, and spiritual journey here on Earth. And in this chapter, we are going to continue going through the Zodiac signs. We have seen already Aries, Taurus, Gemini, and Cancer. And today we are going to talk about the powerful, beautiful, joyful energy of Leo. Before we start the video of today, I want to tell you guys that there is going to be an extended version on my webpage about this subject. And over there, I'm going to talk about what it means to have a Leo moon. And it is because in astrology, I am an evolutionary astrologer, and we pay a lot of attention to the moon sign. Just as the sun sign and the ascendant, the moon sign is a very important sign and it plays a significant role in our lives. So I want to get in deep in what it means to have a Leo moon. If you're interested to know about this, you can go and check it out on my webpage. I am going to leave down below the link to it, and it is on my membership site. There you have an extended version library of all of my YouTube videos. So yes, you guys, without further ado, let's start with Leo. Leo, the Leo energy. This is an energy that I absolutely love. It is this brilliant, joyful life force energy that we all have inside of us. So as I have been explaining, in the Zodiac wheel, we are going through a journey of exploration, a journey of discovery, and a journey of development. It is amazing how we can see the energies developing themselves, how when we come into contact with different situations, subjects, individuals, the energies are going to keep transforming themselves. A key point to understand also is that in this journey, we are going to be gathering all of what we already knew or what we already learned of the previous signs with us, and we are going to continue carrying this knowledge to develop us further down the road. So we are coming from this feminine energy of Cancer, where we were able to understand that there are other individuals outside of us, and that we can actually connect to these individuals and make a family, make a tribe, make a community. And Cancer was all about protection, to create a safety net of containment, and everything that has to do with the knowledge of family, of belonging to a nucleus that is going to be protecting you. And this is very important to bring to the table, because in order for the energy of Leo to expand itself and to be brilliant, you do need this sense of security, this sense of safety, that you are being contained in an environment where this expression of energy can be felt. So after you have developed, or the energy has developed itself into a secure space, into a safety net place, you are going to come once more to this individuality, this individual energy that we all have inside of us that creates our own personality. So we have discovered in Cancer that we are part of a community, that we are not alone in this journey, that we can connect to others, and that we can actually create containment with other people. And now that we have arrived once more to Leo, we want to express this energy of individuality in this peer group. So this means that, yes, I am part of the community, I am part of a connection between individuals, but I am also my unique individuality. I am also one person in this whole that we are as a community. So I find this absolutely important to understand, especially in New Age movements, or a lot of the movements that we see currently going in spirituality. They talk about us being one, the oneness, which is absolute truth, and it is one of the laws of the universe, that we all come from one source, that we are all connected to each other, these are maximums that the more you go into the journey, the more you're going to be understanding them. But it takes time. It takes time to understand how it can be that we are all interconnected, but at the same time we are very different, and at the same time we experience a lot of things that are not always happy and wonderful, and that is because of the duality, something that we already saw in Gemini. In this sign of Leo, we are experiencing individuality, what it means to, although we are one with all the other people surrounding us, we are also here as individuals. We are here to experience our own life journey and our own individuality. So this amazing gift that we have in life to express ourselves, to shine, to be ourselves in every single way. The energy of Leo is expressing the individuality that we all have inside of us, that we all are. This is important because there is a part of us that wants to be part of groups. So in German you will call it Gruppenzugehörigkeit, and that means the moment where you want to be part of the group, that you are lacking this interconnectedness with other people, because we are humans and we need contact. So this feeling of belonging, of being part of a group of people, part of an identity, is going to be playing a very significant role in our own individual identity. So, for example, when you don't feel part of a group, it also creates an unpleasant feeling inside of you, because you can feel rejected, you can feel isolated, and most of the times you are going to feel loneliness, which is an emotion that when you're not taking care of the loneliness feeling, it can escalate to deeper and more profound sense of loneliness that are attached with sadness, depression, and so on and so forth. So the role we play in a group of people has an impact in our identity. And actually there is something very funny, because the fact of being a person that doesn't think there are groups where that we can belong to is also an identity trait that is going to be forming another group, a group of people that don't feel themselves part of groups. But it's always going to try to conglomerate something. We do this as humans to try to identify things that function the same way, because when there is just one variable just hanging all over the place, for us it's a little bit hard to understand or to identify this variable. That's why very often we tend to generalize. We think that because one thing is expressing one quality of something, we are going to put them already in categories. We tend to generalize because it's how our brains work to make things easier. But the true and the fact of reality is that there are a bunch of different variables. We are unique persons. We are individuals with every single one of us a story that is very unique to us, and that we all carry the path that we have been going through life in our life journey. I mean, sometimes it is okay to generalize because it's going to make things easier, but the truth of the matter is that the more you can be specific with especially people and situations, the more you can get a broader aspect of what actually means to be an individual. I have been talking about individuality so much because Leo is that. Leo is owning your identity, owning your individuality and expressing it. Leo's energy means that I have come into a safe place because I already saw that I can build a containment group, a community where I can express myself. And although I am surrounded by people who have maybe the same ideas or the same feelings as I do, I am still my own individual in this community. And Leo is about expressing that. What I love about this expression of Leo is that this energy is so playful, this energy is so extravagant sometimes, that it brings this creativity to life. So Leo is by far the most creative energy of them all, in the sense that the ways that Leo is going to be able to create are infinite. And that doesn't mean that other signs that are creative are going to be limited, but Leo can have an easier way to connect to different forms of expression and creativity, whereas other signs are going to be focused on specific traits of those energies. But Leo is a very expressive energy that is going to go into different avenues to express this individuality. And that's why, because it's so individual, that the more unique, the more out of the box you are, the more you're going to be feeling this energy of Leo. So Leo is a fire sign. It is the second one that we have been seeing in the Zodiac wheel. The first one was Aries, and Leo is the second one. Just as Aries, this is a very fiery, very self-oriented energy. So as I said, the energies of fire is that passion, that initiative that you have to go outside and do things. A lot of the metaphors that you get with Leo is the fact of having an audience and being able to present something to this audience. So you are, for example, doing a theater piece, or you are dancing in front of people, singing in front of people. All this where I am expressing myself in front of others is the energy of Leo. So whenever you are being confronted with a situation where you have to express yourself, your own individuality in front of another person or group of people, this is the expression of Leo. This fiery energy of connecting to your creative energy and life force is sometimes, or very often in our societies, not that promoted, so to speak. There are tons of people that have a lot of problems getting in front of people, speaking in front of people, doing what they want, or showing themselves as they are. And I believe that has to do with how we have been growing as little kids. Because as little kids, we are confronted with a lot of rules, with a lot of this is how you need to be in order to fit in society, or in order for you to be a good kid, so to say. And as we grow older, we start to mold ourselves a little bit to fit, to actually be part of this community that we saw in Cancer. And so when we come again to this individuality that we saw so fiery also in Aries, because Aries is I am, and I don't care anything. I am going to be myself, and the rest is history. Here we already understand that, okay, I am myself, but I'm also part of a community. So how can I express myself although and still being in a community? This is the energy of Leo. So the expression of this brilliant identity is going to be expressed by a different types of fiery situations. So as I said, there are a lot of creative ways where you can connect to this energy, especially in the arts, especially when using your voice, telling things, showing yourself off. This energy is also connected with our inner child. That's why I was going back to our childhood, because the energy of Leo is reconnecting, rekindling this child that we all have inside of us. It is a super playful energy. It is one of the most, if not the most playful energy of the Zodiac. So it is an energy that is bringing this joyful, this childlike energy who wants to express themselves. When you see little kids, they often are very blunt, very honest, and they're just being themselves. They're not overthinking a lot of the things that they do. They are experiencing, they are expressing, they are learning on the go what it means to be themselves. And that is, again, the energy of Leo coming to play. So whenever you are getting in contact with your inner child, you are expressing the energy of Leo. This fiery energy of connecting to your desires, connecting to your wild self, connecting to this unruled version of who you really are. And as I said, a lot of the societies and cultures we are living in nowadays in Earth are repressing a lot of the times these energies because we have to fit. So I believe that it is absolutely important for us to reconnect to the energy of Leo in our lifetimes in a healthy way, of course, but because we all have inside this energy, we all have the power to connect to our own individuality. It is going to be amazing if you start doing activities, if you start implementing new hobbies or new rituals in your day-to-day life in order for you to connect again to this innate childhood joyful energy that we all have inside of us. This energy doesn't take things too seriously. So the lightful part of the energy of Leo doesn't take things too seriously. That it's really a very lightful, very playful, very chilled energy that wants to go with the flow, have a good time. And if you see people that have a lot of Leo energy, they tend to be very bright, very luminous. They tend to bring a lot of attention to them, and they are also very magnetic because they are expressing these things that other people tend to suppress. So the energy of Leo is going to help us a lot to go after the things that we want. And that's another thing, that a lot of the times when you go into adulthood, we forget the things that we once loved. We forget to make time for our hobbies, for our passions, for the things that we inside have a fire for. When you start growing up and maturing, part of it's becoming a little bit more serious about what you're doing in life and being grounded, maturing into the fact that we also have responsibilities. It doesn't go into the way of suppressing this Leo child that we all have inside of us. It's how do I make it possible that still being an adult, which is responsible and mature, I can incorporate and connect also with my inner child. A lot of the times humor helps a lot. I really think that humor is a key ingredient to our lives and that we should be trying. I mean, you don't have to be a comedian, but at least try to see the funny things about every situation, especially when things get hard. A little bit of humor is going to bring a little light to your day. Going a little bit further with the Leo energy, I'm going to talk about its ruler. And the ruler of Leo is none less but the sun. So our beautiful sun, you guys. Oh my God, that's why I love Leo so much, because I love our sun so much. This is a beautiful energy. And it's very interesting that we have come from the moon and we are now encountering the sun. So the sun has everything to do with our life's journey, to our life's purpose, to our identity, our self-expression of who we really are in this life. And the sun wants to shine, is our true self, is this bright, colorful energy, warm energy that we all have inside of us to express our identity. So as you see, this energy is very much focused on our sense of purpose and our sense of what does it mean to be me. And the beautiful thing that I find in this energy of Leo is that we are already aware that there are other people. We are already entering to a second portion of signs in the Zodiac wheel that are going to start expressing togetherness instead of individuality. But still here in Leo, we are expressing this need we all have to be unique, to express ourselves and to consider us also unique. And that is a very sun-like energy. The sun shines everything that needs to be out of the shadows. The sun gives us a way, a path, and it creates a lot of energy. It is a luminary that is giving us so much energy to be able to go after the things that we want in life. This energy of the sun is an active masculine energy that is not too much as Mars, that is going to be very forward and goal oriented and let's go, I'm the warrior and I'm go like her. The sun is more collected. The sun has wisdom inside of it. It has the energy of the universe itself. The sun makes our solar system work. So it's a very huge, very nurturing energy for us to experience in our individual process of development. I love that there are civilizations that were solar and other civilizations that were lunar. I find that so important to see and so interesting that we have gone through phases in our developments as humans where we were more oriented to connect to the moon and the moon realm and the night sky and what the dreams are, and other civilizations that were more connected to the sun energy, that what it means to be present, the go-getter, the active energy, the make it real in this earth. I can say the Egyptians were solar, the Mayans were solar, for example. And there are also other cultures that I'm not gonna go into deep in this video about, but that's the solar energy. The solar energy means being manifesting here on earth. It is illuminating us. It brings light to our lives, to our identity. And of course, this is the ruler of Leo. You also have the portrait of the lion. When you see the symbol of the lion, you understand what it means to be the sun. The sun is the king of our solar system, just as the lion is the king of the jungle, so to speak. And the energy of Leo is this owning so much your uniqueness and your power that you're going to put yourself also in this position of almost royalty in your own life, because you are the king or queen of your life. So as a lion, and this is one thing that the energy of Leo has, is that if there is any energy on the zodiac that is going to fight for self-expression, for self-uniqueness, for self-confidence, for everything that has to do for the self, is going to be Leo. This is a very powerful energy for self-expression, and you're going to see that. I find it so amazing and so beautiful. And as I said, this is powered by the energy of the sun. That I find that absolutely beautiful, that is also connected with kids, because a lot of the times in symbolic work, or when you are working with symbology, the sun also connects yourself to kids, because there is this knowing that kids are being the pure expression of the love of the sun for us, the pure energy, this pure solar energy of love. When you see kids just playing and expressing themselves, they are laughing, they are having a good time, and they are just so free. This is this beautiful solar energy that we all have inside of us, that we all carry inside, and that we actually came here to earth with. The energy of the sun is also going to be representing the archetypal energy of the father. So we saw in Cancer the archetypal figure of the mother, and here in Leo we have encountered the archetypal figure of the father. So the father is this energy that is going to bring order, that is going to bring direction, that is going to bring also everything that has to do with the masculine energy. So active, to be active, to go after the things that you want, to have clear paths, to have initiative, to go after the things that you want with your energy. So this father figure is also the capacity that we have in our lives to go explore it and still remaining safe in ourselves. So one of the things that this archetype of the father has is that It promotes the discovery of the self-expression. It promotes the movement of the child to explore the world, to go and have adventures. And this energy is also going to be promoted in the energy of Leo, to go and engage with life, to express yourself, to be an outgoer, to explore more of an extroverted side of yourself. I love this symbology because in every kid's life, in our lives too, we need these two energies to be present. So the feminine and masculine energy, the mother and father figures, to contain ourselves, feel safe, but also to be able to go and explore the worlds and be ourselves. It's not only to remain safe and remain in this cocoon where we are feeling all of our emotions and we are being very passive in life, but we also need to be active, to engage and to discover what it means to be ourselves. And the last thing that I want to say about the sign of Leo is that it is a fixed sign. So as you remember, you guys, fixed signs are going to be energies very grounded, very ordered and fixed. So they're not going to be that flexible with ideas or with, changing things as they are. The thing with Leo, and that it is talked, but this is more about having a son, a Leo sun, for example, is that they can be very egocentric because they are fixed. And one of the things that they are fixed in is actually themselves, the ego. So that was just an example for you to understand how the fixed energy is going to be portrayed in this expression of energy. So yes, you guys, this was the video for Leo. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you understood a little bit more about what the archetypal energy of Leo is. And if you have any questions or comments about this energy, I am reading you guys on the comments down below. Thank you very much for having watched this video. Thank you guys for being here. And wherever you are, I am sending you a lot of light and a lot of love. We will see each other for next video. Bye!